Why don't we love our home? Because we're following the rules. Break the rules and fall in love with your home. Hey guys, it's me, Nita at Nitashomedecor. Welcome and welcome back. If you're new, then welcome. If you're a long-time family member, then welcome back. So guys, let's go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty of this video, and we're going to talk about the benefits of breaking all of the home interior design rules. We're going to first start with talking about how I'm breaking all the rules over here to get what I want. So guys, my home decor style is modern organic. But just recently, I decided that I wanted to bring in a few vintage pieces. And I'm like, is that going to work according to the design rules? It's gonna work if I like it, right? So yes, it's going to work. Okay, so I've already had some vintage pieces and I decided to go ahead and pull those out because previously I had a very traditional home. And if you are familiar with traditional design, you'll know that antique vintage pieces kind of go hand in hand with traditional. And so I pulled out some of those pieces. I recently picked up a few other vintage pieces, and I'm just going to incorporate them into the modern organic design that I currently have in my home. Now, we're talking about 3 different designs. Is that workable? Yes, it's workable, and that's where breaking the rules come into play. Now guys, rules are there as a guideline. They're there for inspiration. Now, we can follow the rules to the T, but doing so probably won't give you any identity. It won't allow you to express your personality. Or you can just pick and choose the rules that you want to follow. Follow the rules that work for you. Or you can ditch the rules all together and just go rogue. So what exactly is a modern design? So a modern design consists of clean lines, a neutral color palette, openness, lots of light, and it's very uncluttered. So it doesn't include a lot of home decor items. It's almost on the verge of minimalist. Now, what does an organic interior design style look like? Organic is earthy, it's natural, it's raw, it's green. That's the vibe that you're gonna get with an organic interior design style home. You're gonna feel the coziness. You're gonna feel that it's inviting. It's gonna feel livable. So with an organic style, you're gonna get those raw materials. You're gonna get woods. You're gonna get the rattan. You're gonna get the stones. You're gonna get all of that natural made, God-given stuff. And so bringing that into your home is a blessing. It's just anything by the Lord is a blessing. So bring it in your home. It's gonna make the space feel livable. It's gonna make the space feel warm. I love it. It's not for everybody. Again, that's why we're breaking the rules. We're gonna take any design style that we like, and if we wanna combine 5 different styles together to make our style, then that's what we're gonna do. There's so many different styles out there, guys. You have contemporary, you have modern, you have mid-century modern, you have mid-century, you have deco, coastal style. It is just so many. Rustic, you have country, French country, traditional, so many styles out there. How can we subject ourselves to one style? You can like so many different things, and guys, once you put them together and if it works for you, then go for it. You don't have to subject yourself to one single style. Okay, so now I did go over what modern design is. I went over what organic design style is, and now I'm gonna talk a little bit or give you the definition of what vintage is. Vintage is old. It's timeless. It consists of age pieces. Vintage tells a story. It's timeless. It will be around forever. And I think vintage can work well in any other design style because it speaks to you. It tells a story. So I think adding vintage to any design style, I believe, can work. It's just a matter of balance. Guys, I went back to my arsenal, my storage unit, and I pulled out another thing that I had for quite a while. This is a very beautiful picture that I've had for years. This is in a vintage frame. It's an oil painting and it has a 3D texture. I'll give you guys a closer look of it in a second. But I almost ruined this painting because I didn't realize how valuable it was at the time. And I attempted to spray paint the edges because, again, I was transitioning from traditional into a more modern look, and I knew that I always wanted to keep this picture, and so I tried to take off or tried to paint over the aged gold vintage frame and give it a more modern look. And so I tried to paint over it. I realized that I was ruining this picture, so I just put it away, put it in my storage, and decided to bring it back out. Now I started to remove the spray paint. You will be able to see the spray paint here, but here you'll see it's not there because I removed it, and I was able to remove it with some paint thinner without damaging the original frame itself. So I'm gonna finish that. I'm gonna continue to remove the spray paint on it and try to restore it, and I'm gonna bring it back into my living room, most likely for fall. But it is by an artist. It's signed by M. Scott. With this one, I did a Google picture search as well, and it's out there, guys. This is a vintage picture. He has other artwork, and his artwork mostly consists of oil paintings with a 3D texture. So I'll give you guys a closer look of it and let you see what I'm talking about. So this is one of the vintage or antique pieces that I just recently got. I'm gonna tell y'all the story behind this lamp. This is an oil or a kerosene lamp. I don't know if y'all are old enough to remember this lamp, but your grandma and them used to have these lamps, right? Okay, so if your grandma and them used to have these lamps, then you know what I'm talking about. You know how old the lamps are. So anyway, my mom had a power outage, and she called me, and I was like, oh Lord, your light's out or whatever. You don't have no power. What source of light are you using? You have candles? Do you have flashlights? She was like, no girl, I got this oil lamp lit up. Oil lamp? What, a kerosene lamp? So she had a kerosene lamp, this lamp right here. And I said, you know what, lady, I'm coming to get you. I'll be over there to pick you up. You coming over here. So anyway, I went to pick her up, and I saw this lamp, and I've probably seen it a million times already, but it just didn't dawn on me until she told me that she was actually using the lamp. And I'm like, does that lamp still work? And so when I laid my eyes on this lamp, probably for the millionth time, I'm like, I want that lamp. That is so nice. I like it. She was like, girl, you can have it. Just take it. Now, she had two of these lamps, so I was lucky enough to get one of her kerosene lamps. And now I have it, okay? So this is how I acquired this vintage lamp. And so here are some vintage pieces as well. Now I had these guys forever, and I had them in storage again. One of the items that I pulled out of storage because I'm trying to implement more vintage pieces in my home, and I decided to bring these out. I showed these to you guys in another video, and one of my viewers told me, because I was kind of, I didn't have a clue what this one was, but I kind of knew this. I know what this one is. This is a lighter. And one of my viewers told me that it's a lighter and a candle holder. So I did a Google picture search of these, and these are actually vintage pieces. So guys, I'm so happy to actually have these too, but these are real, authentic vintage pieces. Now let's get an overall look of the coffee table, and we'll talk about the different styles I incorporated here. And so again, starting with the vintage oil lamp, you have an antique pressed glass with aged metal. Here I have two modern decor boxes, both bringing in texture, pattern, and gold trim. This stone and rustic vase brings in the organic style. It has texture and pattern. And to complete the look, I added several coffee table books and a cluster of candles. The picture that I'm displaying on the open book is from the AD book. This was the private quarters of the Obamas, Barack and Michelle, when they resided in the White House. This space was decorated by Michael S. Smith, and it gives such a very cozy, upscale, and vintage vibe. Above the sofa, I have modern shadow box artwork and a black frame trim and large black flower. I have black metal sconces on both sides of the artwork, and these sconces can be used in several decor styles. These sconces are more of a transitional piece. And now taking a look at the sofa. It's a super modern sofa with soft curved edges and super modern streamlined dark wood legs. And now taking a look at the pillows that I have on my sofa, you'll notice that there's lots of different prints, patterns, and texture. And so breaking up the monotony of having the same pillows or the same texture and patterns, it helps to add more visual depth and makes the space a little more interesting. I have 3 lanterns sitting on the side of the sofa, which can be very modern, organic, or rustic. Here I have a very modern arched lamp. The frame color is antique gold, and it has a round tinted glass shade. Sitting on the table is a very heavily textured earthy vase, bringing in again the organic style. Now taking a look in the corner, I have a ficus tree that sits in a large dark brown floor vase, and I have some candle holders, which are floor candle holders, which represent more of a vintage or traditional style. And above that, I have a painting that offers rich, deep colors and a moody vibe. It also sits in a gold frame. Here I have a faux leather streamlined dark brown chair, and this definitely says mid-century modern or modern. Now this seating area shows 2 mid-century modern chairs, and then sitting between the 2 chairs is a modern accent table. Now taking a look at this beautiful vintage canister. It's an Indian brass aged metal that is hand engraved or embossed with a floral pattern. Here I have an organic marble pattern bowl made of petrified wood with a polished finish. Moving to this side of the room, I have this black credenza here. This originally was an all-gray credenza, and it had mirrored doors, which gave a more modern vibe. But since I painted it black, it's giving me more of a mid-century modern style, which fits my decor style better. And on top of the credenza, I decorated using all three of the different styles: modern, organic, and vintage. And there you're looking at this vintage artwork and a vintage gold antique frame. And now here I switched out the artwork. I put in a more modern picture, but I also kept it in a vintage frame. And so as you can see, either picture works for my home style. Sitting here is a modern black ribbed vase. And sitting here is another one of my long time items. It's a buffet style vintage brass lamp. Moving over to the large wood sculpted horse head, which definitely gives off the vibe of organic rustic. Sitting next to that, I have a black ceramic textured vase. Again, another beautiful and delicate organic piece. And looking at one of my favorite pieces, this mirror really speaks to me. It is a hand-woven knotted rattan material, and it just gives off so much texture. I think I really like the combination of the mirror with the natural material. Sitting next to the credenza on the floor, I have a highly textured hand-woven rattan basket. I have a throw hanging out of the basket with a print that can either be vintage, country, or traditional. Either way, it brings in a very cozy vibe to the area.
So y'all, we have made it to the end of the video. Please guys, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. If you have not already subscribed, please don't forget to like it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave me your comment, and don't forget to share the video. I hope that you were able to be inspired by the contents of this video today, guys. Guys, well, baby, that's it. That's all I got for you today. So as always, until the next time, stay well, be blessed, and what? I love you. Bye-bye.